We're here in Las Vegas, Nevada for the SHOT Show 2011. Found a very interesting website, Girls Guide to Guns, and the proprietor, you would say, is Natalie Burkholder. How are you, Natalie?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Saw you tweeted about it, and I wanted to find out more. You're here at the SHOT Show. Why do girls need a guide to guns?
Well, more women need to be shooting. That's all I know. It's so much fun. That's the thing. And we found that a lot of the female-centric information about guns is really kind of fear and like self-protection based, and we just do it because it's fun.
Yeah.
And there's so much empowerment that comes along with it, and the psychological effects of learning to shoot, which I just have in the last couple of years, it's just been fantastic. I've really learned a lot about myself and gained a lot of confidence, and those side effects have been so positive that I really want to share them with everybody else. Yeah. So, and plus it's just fun. You kind of feel like a badass. Can I say that on TV?
Yes, you can. No problem. So we were talking. You were from Texas. You moved to LA.
Right.
You just started shooting guns. You started a website. It seems like a meteoric rise from your interest in guns all the way here to SHOT Show and your own website.
Well, it has been pretty fast, yeah. But when you like something like this, you go after it.
Yeah. So what made you start to begin shooting in the first place?
Actually, I wanted to hang out with my dad and my brothers more. And I would come home to visit from LA, and I wouldn't get to connect with them as much as I wanted to. So I knew that they were into firearms, and I've always kind of wanted to try it. And so yeah, I asked them to take me, and they kind of dragged their heels a little bit, but finally I got them to take me, and I just found that I really, not only did I enjoy it, but I was actually kind of good. Cool. So yeah, it all started from there, and it's just been a really fun journey, and I can't wait to keep on going.
Have you ever had more of your liberal friends in LA? Have you ever converted any of them, taken them to a range?
Actually, yes, and there have been several friends who have been anti-firearms or just kind of very wary about them, and they hear everything in the news that's so negative, and obviously we've had some recent events that have just been tragic and really heartbreaking, and that really affects people, but they need to know to separate the firearm from the person who does those horrific acts. So fortunately, I've been able to have a lot of conversations and invite people to the range, and they realize that it's fun. It's not that scary. I'll have people that are shaking, literally shaking, and I'll just keep my hand on their back and say, breathe, and then they end up loving it. Yeah. So yeah, it's been really fun.
So a woman watching this, or a girl or a woman watching or listening right now who says, there's no way I could do that, what would you say to them? Just do it.
I would say, yes, you can. Yes, you can, and it's a lot of fun, and that's the reason that I would get into it, because it's fun, and it's a way to connect with friends, male and female, and it's also, I compare it to a more aggressive form of yoga.
Yeah.
It's actually very relaxing, and not because you take your anger out when you're shooting. It's not that at all. It's that you're concentrating and you're focused, and I don't know, it's just a great way to kind of get all that stress out and leave it all at the range.
Have you heard of these bachelorette parties at the ranges?
Are you kidding? Of course. Yes, I'm a proponent of those bachelorette parties. In fact, we have an article on Girls Guide to Guns where we have all sorts of ideas for parties that go from the range to whatever event you want to go to. For instance, pistols and petties, yes. Where you go get pedicures after you go shoot. Mm-hmm. It's genius. And incidentally, you do want to get your manicure and pedicure afterwards, because the magazines will shred your manicure, just for the record. And then we've got Winchesters and wine, which is always fun. Nice. Yeah. So we've got all sorts of things like that on the website. All sorts of little ideas.
All right, there's going to be guys watching this right now who are going to be in love with you. How can a guy out there, is it a good way to meet women as well?
It's really a great way. I mean, it's a great date. We actually have an article that I'm working on about, a first date on the range. I don't know that I recommend the first date on the range, but I definitely recommend going with guys and, how to react to them and what if you're better than them, which, by the way, happens a lot. And, little things like that. But it's a fun date. I highly recommend it.
All right, give me the website.
Yes, it's www.girlsguidetoguns.com.
And it's T-O, not the number 2. Two guns.
Right, 2 guns, T-O, correct. Yeah.
Natalie Burkholder, girlsguidetoguns.com. Awesome spokesperson for your new website, and good luck with it.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time.